Well, the markets have just closed here on Thursday, the 8th of November. A very busy day today. We had exports this morning, and I would say first off, when that came out, it was a good number for cotton, 91,000 bales. That was much improved over what we've seen recently. Market did respond in a favorable way. On the grains, they were pretty good, not bad numbers. Markets hung in there for the most part. Then we had at 11 o'clock Central Time, we had the supply and demand report and the production report come out. It was considered in cotton a very supportive number. They cut production by 1.35 million, and that is a dramatic cut. Even though many people thought that could have been possible, they didn't think that the USDA would actually show that. And the market reacted in a very, very favorable way. It got up about 150 on the day. Then after a while, the market started to back down some from that level. It's going to close up. It's just not going to close up much. I think up 5 at 79.01, a high of 80.50, a low of 78.70. The soybean market is closing down a quarter at 378 and a quarter, a high of 884, a low of 864. December corn up 1 at 373 and a quarter, a high of 379, a low of 366. December wheat down 2.5 at 507 and 3/4, a high of 517, a low of 503 and a quarter. As far as the supply and demand and production report goes, it was pretty favorable for corn because production was a little bit lower than expectations. Carryout was a little bit lower than expectations. On soybeans, the production was, maybe a little lower than they had thought, but the carryout had been bumped up to 955 million. They thought it was going to be, the average guess was 900 million, and that caused the bean market to get down 13 on the day. But as the day went on, we started to firm back up, and we're going to be closing only down 0.25% on the day. I think what had happened, and I think this might have been true with cotton, they developed some fear with the Fed and the announcement that was coming out today that the Fed, was going to make some indication as far as higher interest rates, and that did turn out to be true. They did not raise rates this time, but the feeling is, and I think the talk was that they will raise rates 0.25 point in December, and I think that's not well received by the market, and that made some people nervous, and maybe that got into cotton. I don't know. I think all in all, you've taken out 1.35 million bales of cotton. There's no denying that. It's official now. And I would think that any sell-offs in cotton will be bought. And it's a matter of time before this market will move up, have higher closes, hold on to its gains. But it's just been a slippery slope for cotton, although it's looking more and more like it could move on up. I want to remind you that tomorrow we've got our Ag Market Network monthly program. It comes out tomorrow morning at 7:30. Make sure you join us for that. And that's it. Have a good evening. We'll talk to you later. Thanks.